Welcome back. Today we are going to be covering a video that is directed to men with regards to women in the gym. Now to do this, and at the request of you, the viewer, I'm going to be using this piece of fan art. This particular piece was made for me by Christina Prime. Please check her channel out. The link to that is below along with her Twitter. Now before we get started, I have been sent another manly sandwich, so I thought we'd have a look to see how this delight was conjured up.
This will be cooked open face, so we'll start with the bread, then some meat, and if it has some flavor patches on it, that's okay. It'll cook off. Add some cheese. One slice is okay. And next, we'll put it on some aluminum foil, and then we will go outside to mix up our flavor booster. And then don't forget to add your magnesium ribbon, like you do with all sandwiches. We'll take it out to our designated cooking area, add some last-minute garnish, and run. And here it is. Beautiful.
A delightful science experiment given to me by the gayest person on YouTube. Please check them out, and I will leave the original link to that video in the description below. Now let's get started on this video.
Hey guys, if you know me, I'm usually talking to the ladies, but today I want to talk to you and give you a little bit of insider information about what you may not understand about why us ladies love our fitness journeys.
I listened to this passage 4 times and tried so hard not to overthink it. So, as you say you're giving us insider information and not femsplaining anything to us, I'm happy to listen.
The first thing I want to get into is how crucial fitness and exercise is to a woman's well-being. Prioritizing our fitness leads to a healthy and happy lifestyle.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's one of the many reasons I don't support the fat acceptance movement. Or this, or this.
And when we feel good in our skin, that spills over into every aspect of our lives.
But you have to admit, that does not mean you have to go to the gym to feel good in your skin. Esteem is not derived just from working out. There are a whole host of factors that affect us.
Another important thing to note is that there aren't girl exercises.
Oh, I can think of one exercise that is specifically targeted to women. Now, there are exercise equivalents for men, but because of biology, this is specific to women.
All women can shoot ping pong balls across the room. This is in the realm of normal for every single female on the planet. And it just like any other muscle, if you don't consciously use it, it atrophies and it becomes weak. And if it's weak, it's numb. And so most women on the planet are walking around with fairly numb vaginas.
No.
Yeah, whatever. I can figure it out.
I don't think it's going to go in, you guys.
Oh, it was super easy.
If you'd like to know who to thank for that particular clip, you can go to Anime Renee and thank her yourself. I'll leave her channel link below along with the original video, if you have the stomach for it.
Since when is the pull-up and the deadlift and the squat a man exercise?
I'm less interested in the perceived gendered exercises and more interested that it bothered you enough to point it out. So very quickly, let's have a look at each of the exercises you mention to see if they are in any way more beneficial to one gender than the other. So as you can see from the information on the screen, the pull-up, deadlift and squats are all beneficial to a large number of key muscles that need regular working out to stay in shape. As this is the case and none are particularly gendered, I would argue that the misogyny in the gym that you assert is isolated at best. Although I don't see many women deadlift. I'm sure you do, just not many in my local area. They mostly use the treadmill and then fuck off for a smoothie or two.
Our bodies move and benefit exactly the same way from those exercises that you do.
That is true. However, women do typically operate at a lower weight level.
So enough with the pink rubber dumbbells on the opposite side of the weight room. We want to lift heavy and build muscle and feel good and have badass workouts just like you do.
Some women do, not all. Others, like these women, would like to spend their time showing everyone how totally beautiful they look and claim that to be larger is normal, healthy, or hot. Okay, the last one is fetishized, so it's not all bad for these ladies. Now, to quickly touch on your comment about pink dumbbells. Girls have been proven time and time again to prefer pink and guys blue. This actually originates from hospitals where they assign the colour pink to a girl and blue to a boy. Makes it easier to identify, and in the future I'm sure it's going to get overcomplicated with trans and non-binary. The best example of this would be the kids' toy section.
Men need to understand how much harder it is for a woman to achieve her ideal physique.
I think someone's assuming that it's easy for men to get into shape or the ideal shape they would rather be. I would like to believe that for each individual person it's going to be hard because we are our own worst critics.
We are dealing with hormones that you will never understand all month long.
A generalization, and I doubt it. But for the sake of it, let's ignore it and continue.
We can go from a complete goddess in the gym to loving the pump that we see in the mirror. And then the very next day, we're bloated, we're fat, we don't like the way our pants feel.
I feel like while you are, and I'm going to say this now, femsplaining all of this to us, you're basically making an assumption that guys don't experience anything similar, which is the whole point that you're missing. It is why you've got so many negatives. Granted, you could argue, you will most likely argue, troll, herpadepatrol. No. It's because you are basically womansplaining to men stuff they already know and making assumptions that guys don't experience anything similar.
We don't have any energy, no motivation for the gym.
Well, if you need motivation, you could always look at some of the earlier presented images. Those are the extremes of what happened when you don't go to the gym. Or in one particular case, you still go to the gym but somehow manage to eat so much more that going to the gym is rendered completely redundant.
And then we're right back to feeling great the next day. Those ups and downs happen all month long for us. So the more support that we can get, the better.
There is in the gym typically unwritten rules about helping people out, encouraging people, motivating people. It's universal in that regard. If you're in a gym where people treat you like crap, you're in the wrong gym. But just because they treat you like crap does not mean you're entitled to their support, regardless of their gender. They are there like you to work out. If they want to help you, then they will. If they want to support you, they will. They don't have to. And you shouldn't demand it or request it.
The next thing I want to bring up is that you may not realize that our workouts have so much more purpose and depth than you may realize.
As all the exercises mentioned earlier, the muscle ones especially, benefit both men and women, I'm very interested to see how you have exercises, you as a woman have exercises that are different to men or benefit you in a different way.
Whether it's a personal mission of building strength and self-confidence in the gym.
When you wrote the script for this, did you consider to look at some of the YouTube channels centered around exercising? As I actually subscribe to a few of them. One in particular would be Rich Piana. Not a great example, granted, but he is somebody that sets goals and targets, personal missions. You should have done the same. If you had, this video wouldn't come across as a very condescending piece of work.
Or whether we're doing it for our families and our kids.
I could understand it if you mean a healthy mother leading by example, but I don't know what you mean truly because you're very vague in this regard.
We're in the gym for the same reasons you are. For stress relief, to feel good, to look good, to build muscle, to burn fat, to have me time.
When I was younger, I often found chocolate, masturbation, and American football helped. I've tried recording that 4 times, I've given up now.
We want respect in the gym just as much as you do.
Then, like anyone else that uses the gym, earn it. It is not given simply because. It is earned because of what you do.
So the best thing that you can do for us for support is to let us go.
Which men are stopping you from going to the gym? If you want to go to the gym, you go to the gym unless you have commitments, engagements, responsibilities that would in any way otherwise prevent you from going, then go. And if you're in a relationship with somebody that's stopping you, actually stopping you from doing stuff, you're in an abusive relationship and you should find an exit.
And like I said, it spills over into every aspect of our lives, including yours.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. I've often found when people find they have nothing to complain about, they complain that they have nothing to complain about.
I would love to hear your comments, men and women, on this topic.
I did take the liberty of looking through the comments section before making this, and I don't really feel I can add anything to the comments section that could in any way offer you more advice with regards to not speaking in a condescending manner and making quite a number of generalizations about men not experiencing what you experience just because, gender.
So go ahead and scroll down and leave your comments on the page below. I'd love to look through them, read them, and see how all of you deal with these common misconceptions.
I am very curious as to how long you intend to maintain that stance. Many other content creators would just disable comments and ratings to protect themselves from the trolls and the abuse and the criticism. There is of course a difference between trolling, harassment and criticism. Anyway, thank you all for listening.